Hey everybody, it's Alexia from A Mystic's Path. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I am back with another video for you guys, and today I would like to talk about the full moon that we have coming up on Saturday the 18th, which takes place in the sign of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is one of my most favorite signs to be influenced by, and a lot of people don't really understand that, and I'll tell you why. I love being influenced by Scorpio because Scorpio is raw, it is real, it is authentic, and it really brings those things to the surface, especially under the moon. The moon is very emotional, especially the full moon, because these feelings are being brought up for you to release. So the feelings that you are feeling during this week and the next week are how you authentically feel. They are raw feelings. A lot of times they are not comfortable, but that is because they're real and they're there, and sometimes they're rooted very, very deeply. Scorpio feels things so deeply, even though a lot of people that have the sun sign or a moon sign in Scorpio like to pretend that things don't really, or like to not pretend but show that emotions don't really affect them or have a hard take a hard toll on them, but in fact it really does. Scorpio is a water sign and is very connected to emotion and very connected to the occult and mysticism. There's a lot of very psychic energy within the energy of Scorpio, which I love. But I've sat with these cards and I kind of just want to spill out what I see. I see a lot of really great things coming from this moon. When we have our moon in Scorpio, or we influenced by Scorpio, it can be one or two things. It can be really intense and really emotional, and you feel like you're just breaking down, because Scorpio is ruled by the planet of Pluto. So that means within the energy of Scorpio, we also have death, which is transformation, sex, and release. Now, what I'm seeing for us during this moon is the energy of wanting to create, but having the burden of not having enough to create that. Not that you don't have enough to create that, but feeling as though you have scarce materials to create what it is that you're trying to bring into your life. Now, whether that is true or that is not true, it may be for some, it may be for others. Some may just not be able to see what it is that they really have and what it is that they could really use. Just because you don't have to have the money to buy exactly what you think you need doesn't mean that you don't have the resources to create what it is that you want. There may just be a different way. Now, our first spot that we get in this spread is, how can I find more focus? And we get the dedication card and secret societies. And this is really saying that you need to be dedicated to yourself. You need to be dedicated to your self-mastery. You need to be dedicated to your practice. You need to be dedicated to what it is that you're trying to bring into your life. What it is that you intuitively know while I'm speaking that you need to be dedicated. What spirit has told you. What keeps coming up in the background of your mind that what you want to pull into your life so much. That is what you have to stay dedicated to. That you can't just fall off just because things aren't the way you want them right now. You have to keep pushing, you have to keep persevering to get what it is that you want. You can't get anything without dedication. And you already know what it is that you need to bring into your life. You've already been told this. They've already came in. Whether you think that they're your thoughts or you think that they're thoughts from spirit or the universe, that is your opinion on how you want to take this, but you already know what it is that you have to do, what it is that you need to be dedicated towards. Okay? And what boundaries in my life need tending? And we get balance and the Hounsis of Congo. And this is really saying that you're not having a lot of boundaries on how much you're letting people in to the darkness and the light of your life. People are kind of just weaving through your boundaries, stepping all over them. Maybe you haven't made it clear about the boundaries in your personal life, but people have been kind of jumping back and forth on the line, and it may be upsetting to you, but you haven't really expressed that. And it's time for you to just let it all out. Just let it all out and just let it flow and say, hey, you're fucking crossing the line here. Like, you've been back and forth across this line 10 times and I just can't take it anymore. But you need to let it flow. You need to speak your truth, and you need to let those emotions out about how people are not respecting what it is that you say or what it is that you want, and they're just laughing it off or whatever the case is. Or maybe you're not saying anything at all because you're afraid of confrontation. Well, we all have to be confronted with things eventually, and you need to really just kind of sit there and say, you know, this is my life, and it's not always for everybody to know everything that's going on in my life. There needs to be balance. There needs to be boundaries, and here's this line you can walk across on, and you can show that you care, and you can show appreciation, or you can show your concerns, but you can't just jump over my line here and come into my life and just do and say whatever it is that you want. No, you can't do that. This is the boundary. You are not to cross it. Okay? I see that as the boundaries, part of where these boundaries lie with this moon. Now, I'm telling you, this moon, Scorpio, is always intense. No matter if you're having intense feelings of love, or you're having intense feelings of hate, or you're having intense feelings of regret, it's bringing up things that you intensely, raw, authentically feel, and you need to pay attention to that. Now, where in my life can I seek deeper meaning? And we get Spirit and Dambala La Flambeau. And this is really saying that you need to, Spirit is telling you, you need to focus, okay? You need to focus on what it is, and what it is you want in life, what it is that you want to attract, what it is, how you want to be seen, how you want to be perceived. You need to be focusing on what it is you want in life, how you carry yourself, everything about you. Focus on what you want your life to look like before you just dart off and take action. Really evaluate, take a deeper meaning into what your life looks like right now. How would you want to change that? How would you want to fix that? How would you want to alter things? Don't just go in and say and do things blind. Really think, where are you? Why are you there? Why are you in the situation that you're in right now? What accountability do you have for your situation? Deeply reevaluate this and figure out what it is that you want, not how you need to get out of the situation that you're in right now. Think of what it is that you truly want in life and alter decision making from that place. Once you know, not how do I get out of this situation I'm in right now, or how do I, change this right now. Think about what it is that you want to bring into your life. What is it that you want to manifest? What is it that you want to change? And then start altering your decisions and making action. After you figure it out, instead of just wandering around blind saying, oh, that sounds good, I like the perception of that idea, or I like the sound of that reality, but then you get yourself into it and you're like, I don't want this shit. The fuck was I thinking? Think about what it is that you really want. What is calling me to go within? And here we have boundaries, because you haven't been strong on them, and you may have. And this is really saying that you need to have your boundaries and create what it is that you want to create for you. Put up the walls of your boundaries where you don't want people to cross, and make them clear. Make them clear. And work on creating whatever it is that you want to create. Whether it's creating a better creating yourself better mentally, creating yourself better physically, or if you're working on a project, or you're working on manifestation and you're working to pull things in, keep that shit to yourself and keep people out of your bubble. They don't belong there right now. We're trying to grow. We don't need others' outside opinions on what we're trying to grow. We don't need other people's hate on what we're trying to grow. We don't need other people's aspects on what we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow this for ourselves. So that's where you need to just push off and say, no, I just need some space, man. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Just give me some space. If I don't text you back right away, I will when I'm done. If I remember, I'm sorry, I got some stuff going on, I need to deal with it. Oh, what's going on? Nope, I'm sorry, I'm working on some stuff, and you'll see when the project is finished. And that's how simple it can be. But you have to be able to stand in your strength. Now, how can I express myself in a healthy way? We get respect and possession. And this is saying you need to respect yourself, you need to honor yourself, and you need to listen to yourself, for one. And two, you need to stand up and step into your power, grab hold of who you are, pick yourself up off the ground, and stand in strength. You can express yourself with respect and carry strength with you. It doesn't have to be, and respectful to others as well. It doesn't have to be forceful. It doesn't have to be aggressive, but knowing and lifting your chest up, pushing your shoulders back, looking forward and saying, I got this. I'm untouchable. Today and every day, I'm untouchable. You are not going to come to me with your crap and make me feel any different about how I feel about myself than how I feel about myself. And expressing yourself with strength, without aggression, without anger. Strength is different than anger. Anger only makes us feel strong. Strength comes from within. Strength is honoring other people's feelings, but honoring ourselves, standing up for ourselves, not putting ourselves in situations that we don't need to be in, and walking around with the confidence that we are all that we are, and we are powerful, and we are strong, and we are more connected than we know. And that is how you can express yourself in a healthy way. This also means that we are expressing ourselves in healthy ways by making our boundaries strong. Boundaries are different than walls that we put up. Walls we put up is because we are hiding from something or we're protecting ourselves from trauma that we've been through. Boundary says, you already done crossed them, you already hurt me. Okay, you already did whatever, you already stuck your nose in my business and it doesn't belong there. Or you're just pushing too much and I like my privacy. But not being too forceful in a way where, you're letting people know that these boundaries are here. And you don't have to snap off and, make a scene and do all that. And just, knowing I'm here to stay and you're not going to knock me down. You're not. So I hope that this message was really helpful for you guys. And I really hope that everybody can really just take in this energy and evaluate what it is that needs to be worked on here, what boundaries you need to be doing. Pluto is currently retrograde, and we have a lot of stuff coming up, so we're going to have a lot of authentic, real, raw feelings that may come up, but I also see a lot of people thinking and looking and seeing during this time on what it is that they want to do and where they need to go. You just have to have boundaries if you want to make it out of where you're at. Not everybody is for you, even if they pretend to be, even if they have a nice face on, even if they make it seem like they are for you or they are your friend. Just know that no matter how you feel about some people, sometimes it's best just to keep them out of your business because it's not theirs, and then you will have created this messed up situation for yourself because you let the wrong person in too much to your privacy or too much into your head, thinking you could trust them, and you don't always know, you don't always know if you can trust somebody or not. And it's not that you don't have to trust people, it's just or to not trust people or to think in a paranoid way. It's just in the space of knowing that when something is important to you and you're really working on growth and inner growth, or working on a project that's really important to you, you don't want to take any chances on messing it up. That's the thing. You don't want to take any chances of things getting altered or messed up. And there's always a saying that is work in private and come out on your glow up. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. Do your work. Well, I don't know what happened there. The phone kind of just cut off. But anyways, Everybody, I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, please contact me. If you feel that you need a reading, please contact me, email me, and we can set up a session. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.